Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lynn with Lynn's Occasional Cookies from my beautiful Central Coast California wine country area. And I'm really excited to take you behind the scenes to create my custom sugar cookies, the Vineyard wine collection. And I'm going to show you 5 unique designs, including a bonus wood grain barrel top. So let's dive in. We kick things off with my arch-shaped vineyard scene. I always love using my projector to pipe lines, and I'm even using the projector to pipe this arch on my stemless wine glass shape, giving it that perfect symmetry every single time. Next, I'm jumping into the rolling hills. The secret here is alternating between the light and the dark green royal icing. It's a simple little trick to add unique dimension to a flat cookie landscape. Okay, full disclosure here, I forgot to film myself tracing this building with an edible marker. But here's a pro tip for filling in the small spaces like these little red roofs. Add a tiny bit more icing than you think you need. Small, tight areas are prone to cratering or sinking as they dry. Keeping them filled plump should help to prevent those craters. Also, don't be afraid to spin your cookie around to find the best angle for your wrist. Now for the lettering. I'm piping Paso Vineyards as a nod to our local wine country. So watch closely right here on the letter O. I had a minor blowout. Instead of scraping the whole thing off, I decided to grab my thin scribe tool and gently tap the icing back into a perfect circle. Mistakes happen, but with royal icing, it's very forgiving if you catch it wet. For my second design, we are working on my classic wine glass shape, and I start with a fully dried flooded white base. And I'm also using a dark brown edible marker to print out the word collection before touching any of my icing bags. Now I'm piping the word wine in a rich burgundy color. I love this color, and I'm using a medium consistency royal icing. Now for the grapevines and leaves, I'm going to be using the green royal icing. And then for the grapes, I'll go back to using the burgundy color. For the grape leaves, I'm swapping out to my small leaf tip. The trick to a leaf tip is controlling your pressure. Squeeze the piping bag hard to build a base, then pull away quickly as you release pressure to get that sharp point. Let's talk about keeping it real. My scribe tool was fighting me on this icing section, and I ended up piping this glass stem slightly off center, as you can tell. It happens to the best of us, but instead of tossing it, I finished it up. And then after filming, I decided I'm going to do 3 more for this set. So look at the screen right now. This is how gorgeous the design looks when that stem is perfectly centered. Now on to cookie number 3, and I'm using my beautiful Curvy square plaque cutter. First, outline and flood with white royal icing. Oh, by the way, check out the little clip on the tail of my piping bag. It's a tip clip, and I use that clip after I'm done using the piping bag to stop the icing from flowing out. Also, I like to place my flooded cookies in front of a fan for about 2 hours and then let these cookies fully dry overnight to get a high shine, smooth finish. To give you a different perspective, I've set up a top-down camera view so you can see exactly how I align my hand beneath my projector, which lights up my cookie with the design so I can pipe the word wine in script font. So I'm accenting the text with the sage green vines and more leaf tip grapes. I think this is a creative way to finish the W and bring in my vineyard theme. I zoomed in on this so you could see me piping with medium consistency royal icing, the burgundy, the word country. And so that completes this cookie design, wine country. Pulling the cookie closer to the camera at the end here lets you see how crisp these layers look once they sit outside the glare of the projector light. My fourth cookie design is a curvy rectangle plaque shape. And I'm using my edible marker again to trace out the wine bottle, the wine glass, and the grapes. You know, when you have this many elements on one cookie, for me anyway, I find tracing makes it much easier than piping everything under the projector. And of course, you have to have a fully dried, flooded cookie. After piping the text, it's time to work on the scene. And I start piping the outlines of the bottle and the wine glass first. Freeze frame, stop right here. Do not fill in these areas yet. And the reason why is these outlines need a solid 15 minutes in front of a countertop fan. If you don't let them crust over, your flood colors will bleed together. Now that the outlines are set, we fill. When piping clusters of grapes, jump around and flood, alternating circles first. Let them crust over for a few minutes, then fill the gaps. This keeps the individual grapes looking distinct instead of melting into one big purple blob, and that can happen with royal icing. So we've completed my vineyard collection. Now it's time for a bonus design. This is my vineyard wine barrel top. But let's get real here. This mini cookie turntable kept sliding around on me, so as you can see, I ditched it. Not every tool works perfectly every time, and that is totally fine. We're going to do a wet on wet technique for the wood grain, and while this light brown base icing is still completely wet, I'll pipe in medium and then later some dark brown squiggles. Then using my scribe tool, I pull that through the wet icing to create the wood grain, sometimes using a circular motion for the wood knots. You can also achieve wood grain by painting with your gel colors on dry icing or using an airbrush with a stencil. But this wet on wet method gives a beautiful smooth finish. After the center section dries for about 20 minutes, I'll go back in and now I'll pipe the rim of the barrel top using the light brown icing. And then I'll come back in and do the same that I did for the center, which is the medium brown and the dark brown, using my scribe to give it that wood grain effect. So I'll be using my clear plastic ruler now and the dark brown edible marker. And this step is optional, but drawing plank lines directly onto the dry icing gives this barrel top a more authentic wood panel look. So I'm going to finish up the barrel top by piping the word wine using my projector across those center planks. Take a look at that wood grain. There you have it, the complete Central Coast Vineyard collection. I was so happy to share this with you. And if you're local to Paso Robles, Templeton, or Atascadero, you can order these for your next wine tasting party, special occasion, or event. I also ship anywhere inside California. Check out the description box below for ordering details. And don't forget, hit subscribe so I can bring you more decorating tutorials. See you next time.